Well, we're 7 days in to 2026. Trump suspends U.S. support of 66 international organizations. It seems the Trump regime is cutting ties globally. Globally, the Trump regime is cutting ties with organizations that the United States has typically been heavily involved with, being a major contributor to, and Trump and his Trump regimes is splitting those ties. They're saying it's over woke ideology, but really what the Trump regime is doing is cutting itself off from the rest of the world so that it can continue on this imperialistic journey it has of being the leader of the Western Hemisphere. International based organizations get in the way of that. Rules, norms, those types of things get in the way of this desire for Donald Trump and the regime, the Stephen Millers, the evil people behind him that believe that U.S. should just dominate across a entire section of the planet, and rules shouldn't apply to them. And so the Trump regime is suspending itself from 66 international organizations. And that leads right into why does the Trump want Greenland? They're in a race. They are in a race to come up with a strategy. The Trump regime is changing. You've heard Stephen Miller saying, "Of course it should be ours. We're powerful. We just take it over." And then Little Marco's being a little bit more diplomatic, saying, "Well, we're going to military. We're going to buy it. We're just going to buy it." Trump is they elected a real estate guy, and he thinks the world is just a piece of real estate to him, and he can just purchase it. We can purchase Greenland. There is no reason if they want minerals, they can make up a deal with Greenland and Denmark. Greenland is in a situation where it's looking for more autonomy as its own island away from Denmark to a certain extent and its own destiny. So they're in a kind of a scary period themselves, but they've said that that doesn't mean that we want to become Americans, because I've listened to them and I've listened to the interviewers. I'm sure you have. They want the worst thing they want that could happen to them is to become Americans. I actually heard them talk about it. It's like America thinks that everybody wants to be Americans. Nobody wants to be Americans. If you're an American listening to this, nobody in the world really wants to be an American. And so the people of Greenland do not want to become Americans. Yes, they want some autonomy away from the rules of Denmark. They want their own governing system. Yes, but that doesn't mean become America. But they are NATO members, and this is, an end to Greenland is an end to NATO. America already has a base there. They had several bases before. They closed them down. They want to reopen them. They want to purchase minerals and excavate minerals from Greenland. Greenland's willing to sit down and negotiate with them, but to actually lose their sovereignty so Donald Trump can stick an American flag on Greenland and says it's ours, that's not going to happen. If America pushes this, which it means it's setting itself up to push this, because it's separating itself, just like I said, from UN, United Nations, and world organizations, going on its own. It's not America first, it's America only, is what it is. And that's going to create friction. And who benefits? Russia, China. Unbelievable. That's what's going on. It's hard to believe it's only 7 days into 2026. And of course, in Canadian news, you can't read it. Chrystia Freeland is set to resign tomorrow as she's taken on her role as a financial advisor for Ukraine. She was a special sort of envoy to Ukraine. She's been that in the current Carney government. But this is a more bigger position. And she can't work for the Ukrainian government and be part of Canadian government. That makes no sense. Obviously, she has to resign. She's going to resign tomorrow. That means there's going to be a by-election in Rosedale, in Toronto, heavily favored Liberal seat. It does shake up, and you're going to listen to CTV and CBC, and they're going to have panels about what does this mean? Oh my God, is this bad for Carney? Is this an opening for Pierre Poilievre? Is this, it's not going to happen. Rosedale is not going to turn conservative. Trust me on this one. It's just simply not. Nobody's bailing Carney like they were bailing Trudeau the last two ride Liberal. Well, the Liberals lost two strongholds. They'll say that the Liberals lost. Yeah, that's everybody was bailing from Trudeau. Nobody's bailing from Carney right now, especially with what's going on, what I just talked about with the Trump regime. Nobody wants Pierre Poilievre anywhere near the controls of Canada so he can sell us. Because he would sell us. He would no doubt sit down and sell Canada out. Pierre Poilievre and his far-right supporters. No question. So anyways, Freeland's going to resign. And here's the thing. She's the new CEO of an Oxford organization in England, a charity. She's already accepted a role there and was already planning to move to England in July of this year. And so she wasn't going to stay an MP anyway. So this isn't really breaking news of any sort. The Liberal Party, Carney, she wasn't part of his cabinet. She was going to leave anyways for this other role in England. So this is just speeds it up, makes it a little bit quicker. And it creates a lot of drama, political drama in Canada. I suspect that her seat's going to be covered off by whoever they put in place to be a Liberal in her riding. And as well, I predict that a couple more Conservatives are going to cross the floor in the next month. And Pierre Poilievre is going to be looking for a new job soon. Anyways, have the day you deserve.